Hey guys, and welcome to the NiBBLE FNZA series week 15. Today, guys, we're going to be having the 33 teams come into the lobby, and we're going to be seeing some fun packed action going into the 5 games that we have on board. Game 1 has already started, so let's go jump straight on board. But before we do that, guys, let's talk about about the prize pool. The prize pool being 2,000 Rand, as you can see over here. First place taking a crazy 1,400. Second taking a 600 Rand, and that is going to be exactly that. So if we go over to the games right over here, guys, we can see exactly. Okay, so first and foremost, let's actually bring in the players. We go jump on board with the Reepsy, who's in the tournament over here, guys, and also has a switch drop. Now, no more landing at Boney Burbs. He is going to find himself all the way in Steamy Stacks. That's going to be Reepsy all the way here in Steamy Stacks, guys. And you can see he does look to be uncontested. There's already been about 8 players that have been eliminated off spawn. Very interesting to see that coming to effect already. Now, if we go over, we also do have the big Neymar, Scara, as well as Woke in the tournament here competing, guys, at a chance at redemption for the week 15. Whether they get it or not, I feel this weekend is very detrimental for the team either way to make it out of the scenes. And it does look like the team as well making a change in zones. The only reason why a lot of these teams are switching up their job spots is, if you think about it, chat, you got first and foremost these zones always pulling towards Catty, and it's just really broken. You don't need to make that dramatic rotations. And if you see again, they are in zone in Boney, and they're really chilling over here. So they've got the location at Misty Meadows. They have the zone already for themselves. So Woke and Scara definitely happy about that one, and now they can work their way in order to make it successful in terms of points. On top of everything, guys, we are gonna have a new set of trio, but just for this week, and it's gonna be Havix as well, the Cov, and Ace here, guys, in the tournament. And we'll bring their POV up for you guys right now over here. So fighting in Catty Corner, they will get the AI's loot as well. So the Cov and Ace will be able to be uncontested by the likes of things, and they'll be able to make the rotations there on out. So successful things could potentially come out from them. And now new player E-Tech under a new representation, Avian Tech, I think that's what it's pronounced as. So let's see exactly how he can bring things to the party as well. So E-Tech as well as Puds and State, or Potashe and State, will be representing themselves over here. In all honesty, we also do got Ricey as well as Energy and Deimos in a single tournament. So really potential players to pop off in the cup over here, and we'll bring them up over here. And you can see them just land outside Sludgy Swamp for those rotations. And then on top of that also, guys, we do got Ethan as well as Marcy and Retrieve playing in the tournament. Now, Marcy actually is a competitive player for Kraken Esports. Kraken is more known for their competitive gameplay in Call of Duty, as well as Apex Legends, and uh, um, as well as PUBG Mobile, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, and then with everything going around, guys, we also do got Swizzy, Ved, and Polisa, who are landing at Craggy Cliffs. So that one's going to be an interesting one. And then as well as Psycho 100, has Critic, and then his teammate there as well. So we also bring him up on board with you guys over here. So there is Psycho with his full team. Very much happy And done with that one. Then we go over to the two other teams. Still 82 players, guys, on board. And we'll bring them on right now. So there we go. Exility. Sorry, guys. We're just getting everyone. And then as well as Exility, guys, we do got Moki. So many POVs today, guys. It's going to be a pretty interesting one. The fact that we can even look at this much players going into any tournament is amazing. And we just want to say thank you to the Fortnite community who has been involved in the making of this. And then least but not least, guys, we do also got Divs Card and Davs in a single tournament, who are potential winners as well, guys. They've been playing so consistent for the past couple of months. They get to really dominate this time around, and hopefully, you know, they do come to the party with such exceptional gameplay. And then we also do have Piv as well as HBK and Smiley in the cup over here as well. So we bring them on board with you guys, and you can see exactly what's happening. And that's going to be all the teams we have on board for you guys. So yeah. Getting tagged up, Piv. Looking to heal up. Can't do so successfully. Gonna be making the rotations over here. Let's go jump on board with the Lex to see exactly what's happening with their team and how things are forming up for them. So they still in zone, still needing to make the rotation left side of the map, and hopefully they get there successfully. With how things are turning out, this is going to be one hell of a stacker. I mean, 80 players still alive in this one, guys. And first game is obviously going to be having the zone rotations in terms of Storm Surge. And it does look like Style, Smokey, and them are going to find themselves in a rocky situation where CK has now managed to knock both players. And you can see that coming into effect. They do get the scan onto the player right now. So let's see exactly whether or not they can pull it out of the game. Making the swim right now. He is going to get tagged up dramatically. Doesn't look like he's able to make it out of this one. Hopefully, he can somehow disengage, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. He's going to get eliminated. I go over to Neymar to see what's cooking. Just easy rotations for him. They also do get gifted with a supply drop. So making the switch in drop spots have sort of already paid off for the team in terms of being gifted zone. And not only that, but gifted more loot. Remember, guys, if you guys are watching, if you guys are in the tournament, if you guys have died, if you guys get a peace control, you guys can submit those clips onto social media using hashtag NiBBLE and then you can get your shot at winning yourself a 250 rand cash, which can be used on anything because it is your money. It'll be EFT to you. So make sure you guys, as the viewers, if you witness any piece controls, hopefully we do get some of that action end game, especially from players like Reepsy, Neymar, etc. Such things is possible. Skara, Woke, and Neymar are going to get tagged up on their vehicle but they are going to be making that rotation successfully now out of this one over here. So let's see how well it does play for them. Storm Surge is going to activate, but they are above with 741 damage, so that's looking really good for them. Let's see whether or not they can keep that consistency in terms of their rotations. And we move on to maybe potential teams that have been playing it safe. And Pud, State, and Potash are eliminated, are out of this one. So they won't be able to keep up that rotations anymore. A team like Marcy and them, they look quite tough on their rotations. 108 damage above only for the team. If you died, you can submit the clip. If you died, guys, you can use someone's clip in the stream. It doesn't really matter. So what I'm emphasizing on there, guys, is that the viewers as well as the players competing have a chance at, you know, winning a share of winning their prize money of 250. So if you are as a viewer, you know, you can post a piece control. It doesn't really matter. But if the competitor is also doing the same thing, you know, try mix it up, try get a reaction out of it. So if you are a viewer spectating, hopefully you have your webcam on or whatever, you know, make it fun, make it worthwhile. Marcy retrieving them, trying to get a couple tags over here. Hopefully they can make it into the next zone successfully. But if they do get tagged up on their thing, it could be hard for them. But we are seeing some players either way drop down from the kill feeds, and players are starting to look quite low in terms of damage as well as kill feed being active. Is anyone contesting Neymar at Misty? No, no one's contesting Neymar at Misty. He's actually in a safe position for himself. Let's see how well he's able to perform himself. The Cov and Havoc's already very much healthy with that damage threshold. That Storm Surge is going to activate, and hopefully we can get onto players, you know, who haven't been rotating as aggressive, needing to deal some damage, and nobody really that we have on board is in any sticky situation. If we go over to Ricey, they got a couple decent tags already with themselves as well. We'll go over to Swizzy. Swizzy can potentially be in a sticky situation, and no, he's fine, and ooh, he's tagging up quite good. He gets an elimination onto Shay, and that is a huge one, guys. Almost 200 meters away, they get that elimination. So successfully, well done to them. Ooh, Ved and Pelusa are in a sticky situation. Hopefully they can get the revive off. They are being focused from all directions, and this is not looking good for them. Swizzy, the only one with decent amount of HP, needs to heal up, needs to get an expansion. Does look like they will be able to do so now. Go over back to Reepsy, who came fourth in week 14, which is not far off at all, guys. They just had a very unlucky game, number one, but things changed for them, right? You know, just like things have changed for Neymar, Woke, and Scara, this week is going to be very much competitive between these teams. The Cub, Havocs, and Ace also somehow gets a chance to win today. With the experience the Cub has been getting, we can maybe see the team somehow clinching up a top 3. But it's not going to be that easy because we don't really see an IGL role being displayed in that team. So Havocs, the Cub, and Ace are just winging it today. And if it goes in favor of them, I mean, it's going to be a huge GG's. But it's not going to be an easy fight, I can tell you that for sure. If we go over to Neymar, We get to see them still very much alive, still very much happy. One elimination, playing it safe, and hopefully they come out with a win today, guys. Hopefully they do so well, because that's redemption and of note. And they're playing it passive. They're not playing it as aggressive as we do usually see the team. It does look like the team's going to use a launch pad. A very early rotation, but they do have another one in the back pocket. So let's see exactly what happens here. A good position to find themselves in, a potential 50-50, but it's not going to be an easy 50-50 for them. And it does look like they're going to go over and ramp this team to take height over there. So that's going to be good for them. I mean, good question. Drax, does Woke have his new Wi-Fi? Is a good question. Now the team did ramp up, get a good position for themselves, but that is going to be immediately stolen from them, and they're going to be now on the underhaul over here, trying to get maybe a little bit of a chop, but I don't think it's possible to chop the team above them. For now, they can just play it safe and see exactly what happens. But 59 players remaining. We are going to get again that Storm Surge sort of displayed on screen for us. Ricey, Deimos, and Energy looking really good as well. We go over to Swizzy to see what's happening with them. Did they get out of that sticky situation? No, they didn't. They got eliminated, and Swizzy or Palisa is now on a literally smither of HP, and he doesn't have that much long to survive. With little HP on hand, he's going to be in a tough position because 75 below the threshold is going to be tough for him. But he gets an elimination. Somehow, he picks it up for his team. The team looking to disengage. He's going to need to heal up. He's 18 damage above. 6 players still above that threshold. That Storm Surge is now going to activate. And Pilusa, who's in a top position, may be below that threshold anytime soon. Massive rotation for him. He's going to get focused up. Surge is going to activate. It's going to tick on him as well. And he's going to get eliminated either way by that hefty rotation. Doesn't look like Piv and them are alive in this one. They are indeed, and they are getting tagged up as well by Surge. One player needs to die. Do they make it out of this one? They just need one good pump. But they're getting tagged up so much that it doesn't even really matter. And it's just a single player that needs to be eliminated. But Piv, Smiley, and HBK could be in a sticky one. As Nunu is popping. Piv gets eliminated. And now they get to live out this one. A sacrifice had to be made. And it was onto Piv as he gets eliminated out of there. What a stack of an endgame we are having on our hands, chat. We are having so many players getting down by the Storm Surge. And ooh, that is a gold spaz there. They're hungry for that. They get that gold spaz, but it drops down. Hopefully they're able to get it. Reapsy on height over here, guys. Nothing expected. Nothing less expected from such a titan of a team and an IGL who makes the decisions to claim height. So they will be moving with first moving zone on height over here. And even more so, guys, they can have the opportunity to have someone fly over and then into, you know, the new zone. But Storm Surge is going to activate yet again. And look at just how stacked the team is right here. 1,230 players flying left, right, and center. And now Reapsy is in a good position. He's looking to try get a couple beams, but he must still drop low. He's still too high and can easily get chopped down. And that is them out of this tournament. But he tops ahead and he looks happy with how things are turning out for him. And if we go over to Neymar, potential winner for week 15 this time around, we get to see them on a mid rotation. They focus this team, they jump in. It's just a solo. He's got his AR out, he's got that piece control, he gets that elimination. Neymar and Woke and Scorro picking up the pace this time around. He is tagged up heavily and will get knocked, and it's now down to Scorro and Woke. No, never mind that. Now just down to Scorro to make the Woke to make those rotations as a solo, and that's not going to be easy for the team, I can tell you that. Havoc's the Cov and Ace somehow still managing to remain alive. And we'll go back over to Reapsy in just a bit as we spectate this team. The Cov, Ace, and Havoc's pretty sticky situation to find Havoc's in. He's trying to make the rotation, and the terrain is something that you don't really want to mess with right here. Getting focused from all angles, but they somehow still remain alive. Can they get out of this one? Needs to focus on the rotation and try stay ahead as the Cub makes those tops for him. It looks wow, it looks amazing. But we go back over to Reapsy to see exactly what is the plays for them, how things are looking out for themselves. On top of everything, we also potentially still have Dibs and Carg who are in this tournament over here, and they are indeed on the low grounds. You got Card and Daz, the duo who's very much consistent in all aspects that they bring into the tournament. Go see if Ricey and them is still alive as well in this one, and it's two players, Energy and Ricey, as Deimos is gonna be knocked over here. No, so many players still alive, 21, and you can see Ricey, Energy trying to get some eliminations on what seems to be mid-level ground. So many players on low, so many players on height, and so many placement points to be made over here. This is going down to its final zone, and the terrain and the previous builds that were already here is making it a challenge for some of these teams to make the rotations. But they do so successfully, and they continue making those rotations happily. It looks like Reapsy and them somehow find themselves on low ground from the highest part of the map, but they're not stopping as he gets this elimination onto Cobra. Reapsy, Delex trying to do the most as a duo. 15 players still remain in this one, and they're moving left and right. However, Reapsy's gonna get taken down. Delex is gonna make that rotation, but he's gonna get taken away either way, and he's gonna find himself eliminated. And we go and check out Dabs and Dibs to see if they're still alive in this one, and the duo is indeed still very much in this one. However, now gonna get eliminated, and a solo over here, which I presume is gonna be Card. No, it's gonna be Dabs. Dabs trying to get the medkit in. Doesn't look like he has enough time. He's gonna have to work off a siphon, try get himself an elimination. He's still going in for that time medkit, but it's just not gonna work out for him. He is on height. He's playing it to his advantage, trying to get a rotation in, and he just gets pumped. Oh, Delex is somehow still alive. No, Delex got eliminated. What am I saying? Delex got eliminated. Oh no, all the POVs are gone, boys. We don't have nothing to watch. Oh, GG's. Okay, GG's. We don't know who to watch, and that comes to an end. We don't get the winning POV, unfortunately. But either way, guys, what a game. What a stack game. 6th place in the very furthest part of the zone. And that's what you're getting. That's the best placement. Just imagine what game number 2 will bring for us, guys. It is the NiBBLE Week 15. And we'll be back for game number 2.
Put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging you. Riding high when I was king, played it out fast 'cause I had everything. Walked away, wondering that, but easy come and easy go, and it would end. That's why anytime I need you, let me go. Anytime I feel you got me low. Anytime I see you, let me know. But I plan that you just let me go. I'm on my knees while I'm begging, 'cause I don't wanna lose you. I got my arms so spread, and I hope that my heart gets fed. Matter of fact, girl, I'm begging. Begging, begging you. Put your love in me now, baby. Begging, begging you. Put your love in me now, baby. I need you to understand. Try so hard to be your man, the kind of man you want in the end. Only then can I begin to live again. An empty shell I used to be, the shadow of my life was hanging over me. A broken man, but I don't know, won't even stand a devil chance with my soul. What we doing, what we chasing, why the bottom, why the basement? Why we got good shit, don't embrace it? Why the fear for the need to replace me? You're on the wrong right track from the good. I want the pain in the quicksand where we could react like the heart in the trash where it should. You done gave it away, I hesitate to get back, but I keep walking on, keep rocking doors, keep walking forward. Another call is yours, keep browsing home, 'cause I don't wanna live in a broken home, girl, I'm begging. Begging, begging you. Put your love in me now, baby. Begging, begging you. Put your love in me now, baby. Fighting hard to hold my own, just can't make it all alone. I'm holding on, I can't pull back. I'm just a calm by the fate to black. Begging, begging you. Put your love in me now, baby. Begging, begging you. Put your love in me now, darling. Begging, begging you. Put your love in me now, baby. Begging, begging you. Put your love in me now, darling.
Hammer and the shots to play. Dance with me, make me sweat.
Baby, don't hurt me, don't hurt me.
So touching might just go under, but I think you're free to follow the rules tonight. So if you must fall to be wise, your mind is in disturbia. It's like a darkness is the light. Disturbia, am I scaring you tonight? Disturbia, ain't you do what you like? Disturbia,
Okay, so that is game number 1 out and dusted, out of the window, guys. And Victory Royale winners is going to be Crispy and Ginger. So let's see exactly what happens with that team going into game number 2. And we can actually look at the leaderboard over here, guys. And we'll bring it up for you guys right now to see exactly where everyone is sitting and how everyone is sitting. So we go over to the leaderboard and we bring that for you guys. But yeah, very shocking performance coming out from the Victory Royale winners. I mean, it is a massive GG's all around to them. And hopefully they can continue staying consistent in some way, form, or matter So yeah, let's look at that. So Ginger 37, Nyclo, and them with 31. So that is still looking very much decent for them. If they can keep that consistency for themselves, that would be amazing to see how well they can perform. But if we go over now to literally the Pooper Troopers, they're also in third, which is Spooky, CK, and Les. And then you got Reap C10 and Delex in fourth. You got Divs, Card, and Davs in fifth. Bravo actually pulling in a significant number of points, even though dying quite early on moving zones. They look very promising going into the next game. And in seventh place is going to be Red, so Risey, Energy, and Deimos. In eighth, Morg, Cobra, and Gyro. In nine is the Cov, Ace, and Havocs. And then in 10th is going to be Steri. So let's see whether or not why let's see what happens with them. But remember, guys, the schedule for today is going to be as follows. So, game number 1 has just happened. We still have game 2, 3, and 4, and the evening is still yet to spook us with some shocking gameplays coming out from the communities and so forth. And then the prize pool, guys, is going to be 2,000 Rand for everything, 1,400 Rand in first. And in second place, it's going to be 600 bucks, and that is going to be what these players are competing for. So yeah, massive opportunities here. Talking points is that Bravo, Neymar, Woke, and Scara are looking so much more better this week. They definitely had a more passive approach to the way they're playing this, and I look forward to seeing how they can continue being consistent in some way, form, or matter. Another talk is that, CK, Spooky, and Les is actually a new trio, and if you look at that, third place as it stands right now, that is not bad at all. That if they can continue that consistency, they can stay in the top ranks. The code is out. Hey guys, if you guys are looking, the code is out. So let's see exactly what happens over there. And yeah, the game will be starting in 2 minutes, so in roughly a second or two. So let's see what happens over there. But yeah, like I mentioned, if you look at those stats and those things, it's really interesting. And then also the Cuff, Ace, and Havocs, not really a permanent trio, never played before. And ninth place is not too bad, but they can start to pick up that pace now to work things off for themselves. Smiley, Perv, and HBK found themselves in a tough position, and they're going to need to pick up that pace going into the next sort of zone. So let's see what happens with them in terms of how they perform on the leaderboard. So yeah, those are the things that are happening. And remember, guys, if you want to win yourself a chance at 250 Rand, it is as simple as literally clipping your best piece control and then having that piece control sort of bring you guys into Twitter. And this video will explain exactly how to do everything. So I'm gonna play this
Yo,
video
guys,
for you quickly.
NiBBLE
Week 15 finals is gonna be happening today, and the video clip theme, and just a reminder, is peace control. Now, if you guys don't know about this, we are giving away. Yo, guys, NiBBLE Week 15 finals is going to be happening today, and the video clip theme, and just a reminder, is peace control. Now, if you guys don't know about this, we are giving away 250 Rand to the best clip that is posted on social media using hashtag NiBBLEXEPS, tagging NiBBLE Esports as well as Elite Pro Series. And then what you could be doing is entering yourself into the giveaway, and all you need to do inside that clip is show a piece control. So the best piece control clip that we get, and we will then choose the winner out of that one, and we'll be sending you guys 250 Rand. Here's an example from Reepsy in week 14 on how he got a piece control. Can you guys top this one? Let's see exactly what happens. See you guys then at 5 p.m. as well for the live broadcast. Ending of game number 1, but now here, very much alive, very much healthy, 31. So you basically understand what is needed from you if you guys want to get the 250 rand. But let's go jump on board, guys, with the games. We got game number 2 on the way over here, and we go jump on board, guys, with Havix and them to see what's happening. Maybe even go over to the Deluxe to see what's happening over there. So Neymar is in this tournament over here. There is a llama around. They need to get that llama quickly if they don't want to lose it. So now they've managed to get themselves a llama off spawn, and things are starting to look good at them for Misty. And now look at that, at Steamy Stacks, sorry, Steamy Stacks. So Neymar is in the tournament, and we go over to Neymar to see what is happening and how they can improve things going forward. But it does look like they got Misty all to themselves, so good to see that coming into play. I can guarantee you that it's gonna suit them well off for some time. If you look at that rotations, they've had zone almost, indefinitely, game 1 and 2. Yes, it's just white line zone for them right now, but it's not the mega rotations that they did have to do where at Believer Beach. So Neymar, Scara, and Woke potentially get better games. Better games means more points. More points means a redemption for them, and we get to see them going into each tournament looking better and better. And today's NiBBLE week 15. Next week is week 16. So we get to see the competition arise every week, and we get to see them grow. But the question is, if the performance is not there, regardless of a new drop, regardless of getting zone or getting gifted zone or whatever the case may be, and RNG being on the team, how much more longer can the team continue taking the outs and the losses that they've experienced within the past couple of weeks? I'm proud and happy to see them, improve and try find their footing or their setting, but it is taking time. So how much longer can the team continue working on their craft? We'll go to this team over here who's doing decent in the leaderboard right now. Currently, as it stands, they are 4th on the leaderboard. So let's see exactly how they can play the couple games. But Lazy Lake has always been card dabs and divs. It's always been their drop spot. Nobody interferes with them. And I question that a little bit. I question why nobody wants to drop at Lazy Lake. I don't see it being a bad POI. It's always almost also into zone. So I don't really see the team doing too bad over there. Hopefully we get to see, a more shaking up boots going into the next couple tournaments, because that tells drama and that brings, entertainment to you guys. So yeah. You see Santon Julius getting eliminated right now, and X Riley just trying his level best to disengage from this one. Will he be able to make it out though, is the question. It doesn't necessarily have to be your Xylox. It could be done or seen from the stream right here. Or it could be your mate or whoever, your teammate, maybe then as well. over to E-Tech to see what's happening over there. And it do look like they find themselves around Boney Burbs as it stands. And 0 elimination. So AV E-Tech is sort of a new name in the brand industry for organizations and clans. Is that Avantic, I think that's how you say it. So it's a new organization brought in to sort of uplift the communities in ways. Hopefully they get themselves a good a minigun out of the chest box over here. Now moved himself over to a green lever action shotgun. So definitely better. He needs to somehow work on those mat counts because 27 metal is not going to do him any justice going into the end games. And if you look now, Havix, he does also have the mythic org on him. So we've seen some really broken things coming out of the competitive gameplays with, you know, rejects, etc. with the mythic item. Maybe Havix could display some particular skill. We'll have to wait and see whether or not that will be true or not. But 79 players alive, guys. So game number 2 still living up to its action, you know. Still living up to its dedication out from the competitive players. And hoping that we're going to get, again, another serious set of storm activations for these guys. Storm surge activations. So many POVs here, guys, in the tournaments. We don't know really who to even begin to watch, but Swizzy and them somehow pick up 4 eliminations and they're focusing more players who are making that rotation in the vehicle. Good tags for them if there's going to be Storm Surge, and hopefully there will be something like that along the ranks. Would be really interesting to see exactly what would be happening. But Div's card and them haven't been too active, so I'm pretty sure we could be seeing some Storm Surge coming out from this team. They begin the rotations and they look at oppositions who they can potentially get some shots on, and maybe they will be needing them. Oh, they happy. 700 and 397 damage. They are happy, guys. happy days coming out for that team right there. Ricey, Deimos, and as well has Energy also happy in terms of the damage that they've dealt. Go over to Havix. We'll look over at Havix. 110 damage. That's questionable. Very questionable. Oh wait, was there someone there fighting? They go into a bullfight right now. Havix needing to kill up a lot more. The Cuff and Ace is there to protect him though, and you can see that they fight together. Ace and the Cuff healing up as well. 77 players remaining, so a player has been revived. Now trying to get the revive, they find themselves in a sticky situation. Havix should have just stuck with the revive, and maybe the Cup would have still been alive, but he went in for the risky 50-50 edit, taking a lot of damage onto himself. Ace will find himself being eliminated as well. It's Dan getting these players eliminated, and out and dusted they go. 440 damage above, and that Storm Surge has been active for some time right now, and now we jump down to 70 players, so that's gonna get eliminated. But Havix really put on the back of the wall over here. We have Woke, who's alive, as well as Skara. Neymar has been eliminated, and they're gonna go in for the revive, so we'll let them be comfortable in terms of how things are gonna be. For Reepsy, Tem, as well as the Lex, they're also quite happy, trying to hop on mats. They do get themselves a Scar, and that's gonna be so good for Reepsy. A blue AR as well available to any teammates, but the team can now make the rotations, not needing to really move anywhere as they are center zone. 66 players remaining, and things are starting to heat up yet again, guys. In game number 2, really, the tournament is just here to show you guys exactly how competitive the Fortnite South African scene can really be. And it's not just today, guys. It's been every single week since February. You guys are putting your heart and minds into the competitive games and really bringing up a show. And I'm looking forward to seeing how week 15, a really pinnacle point for a lot of these teams, and, you know, making new positions and team placements for these guys is going to be detrimental this evening. Having already been, you know, some people switching up their drop spots, people getting new teammates, this is really where NiBBLE FNZA series peaks. Ricey, Deimos, and Energy looking to pick up some eliminations for them. And they can potentially, as they do find teammates who are in, or oppositions who are in the zone over here, and they're ticking away a hefty amount of damage. And anytime now, guys, things are going to start ticking for 5 once the zone closes, and then it's not going to be a safe haven in the storm. What are the oppositions thinking to be in the zone over here? Very late game. Gets a good shot, but he's gonna get eliminated, and the team will pick up some good kill points. He does have the fish rod, so he can fish in some mats for himself if he needs. Let's go to Ethan, Marcy, and Retrieve to see what's happening with them. And ooh, Ethan not looking too good. Still gonna give us a dance though. Still gonna give us a dance, and we won't put any pressure on the team. Storm Surge yet again alive. Dubs and them making safe rotations though. Still alive in this one. We did see Palooza, Fed, and Swizzy not really in a healthy position, but this time around they look much better. But Palooza is gonna find himself eliminated, and Swizzy trades some damage but gets that elimination onto the oppositions. And just look at how much kills they are sitting on. Oh, he gets tagged. He's 30 HP. He's flying. I'm surprised he makes it out alive out of this one, as unfortunately they don't pick up that last biting onto the team right there. And we're gonna find Swizzy again all alone, making literally no rotations for himself safely. Now unfortunately that fourth zone Storm Surge just won't be happening, that 50-50, as we're now down to 50 players. We'll see Exility. Exility alive, but by a hair thread has Julius as well as Exility is just so low on health, as well as minerals and resources going into the final zones. Gets a good decent pump. Takes a short launch though, and that's not going to be good. They needed a massive big launch for them. Gets an elimination though. That's going to be really helpful for him. His kill points. It's going to get pumped by Zoro though. And Zoro will be able to take him out. We go over to Neymar, Scar and Woke to see if they manage to bring the team back together. And they do so indeed. So they're coming into this one with a lot of hope for winning game number 2. 45 players remaining, and first zone moving is going to be another stacker of a zone. Let's see whether or not it does come into play. Genie FPS in the kill feed getting an elimination. It does look like Neymar and them are going to be positioned on heights. So this, if played well, means they win the game. But if you look at those mat counts, they're going to be needing a refresh soon, very soon. So many opportunities to get tags over here, but Neymar, unfortunately, just unable to connect. but their threshold is looking saucy. Woke trying to keep up on the height, making sure players don't land as well, and they go opposite, and ooh, that's a ballsy move, and now the players Woke, Scara, and Neymar are cranking for the almighty height, and it does look like Neymar can't get a peek from behind. His pump does not shoot, and he did have an opportunity, but this is a crank for all mercy, where Mats were not looking too well. He does get a decent tag on the player though, trying to shoot him down. Hopefully they are able to get him out of that position. They still have a launch pad that they can use as well if they need to low launch this one, and you're going to be seeing them do exactly that. So now they low launch it all the way to the very bottom. Literally not that Mats left, trying to see whether or not they can't get a shoot down, and they do, and the player is low. He gets a good pump. Does he get the knock? It does, and it's onto Gyro. But Scara is eliminated, and they left as a duo to sort of make the rotations into this stacked lobby. 28 players remaining. That surge activated for that final moving. And Delex is not a part of the picture here for Reapsy. Tem as now the duo now needs to make some merciful gameplays that will work into their ways. The magical gameplay is yet to be seen out from the team, and hopefully we get to see such a huge picture of gameplay coming out from them. Just trying to stay ahead of zone, and that yes, they do get gifted the next RNG, a good 82 pump from Tem. They can still focus on those rotations, and if we go over to Divs and Dash to see what's happening with them, because somehow they came fourth in a tough position, but now it's down to a solo, and this is Card, who needs to make these rotations, representing Light Gaming. Will he be able to do so is the question. 377. Mats still looking very decent, trying to get off a finish, but unfortunately not able to. Ricey gets an elimination in the kill feed, and we'll go jump on board with Ricey to see exactly what's happening with them. He gets the revive somehow in the end game, but energy is so low on HP. He's still with him, and they can heal up right now. Energy just needs to try get this medkit in, then he'll be safe. "13 players remaining in this very last zone. Energy is still gonna find himself getting eliminated, unfortunately, so that sacrifice coming out with Ricey's time is just not gonna go down, and now it's gonna get full focus by a full trio, and things are just not gonna look good for them over there. We go over to Neymar. He is eliminated, unfortunately, so we won't be able to see him over there, and then we try and find out a team. Unfortunately, just can't. So go back over to Reapsy and Tem, and they also eliminated. Oh my god, man, why do you guys get so eliminated so quickly? Oh no, chat, we can't find anyone that is alive. Does look like every single soul being is eliminated, so GG's. Yep, that is everyone eliminated, chat. So unfortunately, yet again, we won't be able to see a winning POV. And yeah, what a spectacular gameplay either way from those players making those rotations. Very stacked of a end game. Game number 2 just as hard as game number 1. I can only imagine what number 3, 4, and 5 is going to be looking like. And we'll have a look at that leaderboard in just a short bit after the break.
hard to be your man, the kind of man you want in the end. Only then can I begin to live again. An empty shell I used to be, the shadow of my life was hanging over me. A broken man, but I don't know, won't even stand a devil chance with my soul. What we doing, what we chasing, why the bottom, why the basement? Why we got good shit, don't embrace it? Why the fear for the need to replace me? You're on the wrong right track from the good. I want the pain and the quicksand where we could react like the heart in the trash where it should. You done gave it away, I had it till you took it back. But I keep walking on, keep rocking doors, keep walking forward. Another call is yours, keep browsing home. Cause I don't wanna live in a broken home, girl, I'm begging.
Begging, begging you, put your loving hand out, baby. Begging, begging you, put your loving hand out, baby.
Fighting hard to hold my own, just can't make it all alone. I'm holding on, I can't fall back. I'm just a calm by the fate to black.
Begging, begging you, put your loving hand out, baby. Begging, begging you, put your loving hand out, darling. Begging, begging you, put your loving hand out, baby. Begging, begging you, put your loving hand out, darling.
Never in the last play. Dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze. There with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, yeah, but my eyes will see only you have the magic technique. Where we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violence on the floor. Evidence make me feel like only you know how. Sway me slow, sway me now. Memory, memory.
Okay, guys, going into game number 3 with a leaderboard looking so close. Like, holy, I can't. I was about to bring out, certain words, but we'll keep the excitement to a level grade of commentary. So in first place, guys, we've got Ginger, Crispy, and Jamie with 71. But in second, guys, is Chimp with a victory royale with Keaton and Moabs. So apologies to the tweet. The back-to-back actually didn't happen for Crispy, but Ginger, Crispy, and Jamie did manage to stay consistent and actually come second place. And then Pooper Troopers, which is going to be CK, Spooky, and Les, are going to somehow remain consistent. And look at that, guys. Top 3 to all the way to 6th place is so close by a hairline. So let's see exactly what will be happening with the gameplays over here. So we can see what will be the plays. But Nyclo, Stale, Switch somehow still remain consistent as well. Reepsy, Tem, and Delex as well are somehow also present over there. And then Ricey, Energy, and Deimos in 6th place. In 7th, it's going to be Bravo, Woke, and Scara. Dubs, Card, and Dabs are going to be in 8th. Smiley, Perf, and HBK are going to be 9th. Morga, Cobra, and Gyro are going to be 10th. And Jetski, Zeleny, and Genie are going to be 11th. So that is going to be the games over there. And we go on board, guys, with the POVs of Divs. No, let's go with the POVs of Swizzy to see what's happening over there. So Swizzy, Ved, and Pelusa are looking really decent over here, and doesn't look like they're gonna get any off-spawn action. And we're just gonna keep shuffling through the players, guys, to try get a POV where there is some off-spawn battles happening for these guys over here. And it does look like nothing really is coming into play just yet. And hopefully we jump on board, guys, with someone that has a fighting game coming in. And yeah, over here we do find Exility, Dan, and Joe sort of trying to make the disengagement, and it doesn't look too safe for them. I mean, just how much HP are they walking away with? And you can see them try go to the edge of map over here to try and make a name for themselves, but I don't know if they'll be able to make it out of this one. And then here at Camp Card is going to be Moki and them, and they're going to be safe in terms of those rotations over there. So let's see what happens really with what happens over there. Go see Puds, and hopefully E-Tech and them are also in some battle. Doesn't look like it though. If we go over to the POVs, everything looks pretty much safe on their ends over there. So yeah, Neymar and them also pretty much quite safe on how things are going for themselves as well. If we go over to the thing, guys, it is game number 3. So let's see how this one is going to be up. But I'm really excited, guys. I'm really excited from the feedback and the competitiveness coming out from the Fortnite community. It is Halloween weekend. Did not expect, the games to be so stacked. But 90 players, game number 3. I'll take that in the books of W, and a huge appreciation to every one of you guys that, defies the odds and continues to support Elite Pro Series through thick and thin. Really do appreciate you guys coming out and spending your guys' evening. And happy Halloween to some of you guys that are celebrating today instead of tomorrow. So if you guys are in the chat about to go out and have an amazing evening, I hope you guys wish you guys the best of luck with that one. But yeah, guys, 79 players, game number 3. Things are starting to pick up a lot more, and we can see the kill feed alight drastically. And if we try find players that are somehow in the fighting atmosphere, we don't really get anyone just yet, and we'll just keep hovering and searching through the lists. For the most part, E-Tech and them are safe as well. And they get to make that rotation successfully. So if you look at that prize pool, you can see the prize pool over here. The prize pool being 2,000 Rand. First place gets 1,400. Second place gets 600 Rand. That is what the players are competing at a chance of over here. So yeah, we get to see exactly that happen in week 15. And as it stands, it's nobody's games just yet, guys. Nobody's games just yet. Anything's physically possible. And we are seeing Psycho, Critic, and Dreamy get into a fighting action. Let's see what happens over here. But there is a couple eliminations that has already happened for Critic. They do get a team wipe, so happy with that. Amazing stuff coming out from Psycho, Critic, and Dreamy ZA. They'll be able to make those rotations for themselves. We'll go over to Piv to see what's happening with their team here at Weeping. Nothing really, but there was, comments out that, Piv, Smiling, as well as HBK have survived off spawn over here for some time in tournaments. Hopefully they get to stay consistent at Weeping and IO base to continue the rotations going into the next couple of tournaments to come. So Reepsy still very much at Stealthy, refilling his IO car, and they'll be able to make that rotation right now. So let's see exactly what happens with them. We stay on board with Reepsy for this first zone rotation with the team. And unfortunately, this time around, or the games that we have on board, doesn't seem to be pulling Catty side or even a Steamy. So, the decision for this team was solely based on having to make the team rotate into the zones easier. But unfortunately, it's just not the case, and they're just now needing to rotate consistently outside Steamy into the next zones and so forth. So yeah, it just really hasn't been the best of first games out for Reepsy and them. But nonetheless, they've been safe. They've been making the rotations comfortably as well, and they continue to do that very well. So it does look like they're gonna get a little bit of a pit stop. It is big pots available in the medic over there, and out the Lex and them need to make the rotation out of over here. We stay on board with this team just to see exactly what's happening. Yes, we have 90 players, but the pace is visible, guys. We see players are dying more quicker. There's players left and right, so they need to go straight and hopefully get rid of all the damage that is may potentially come close to them. The Lex trying to take in a couple shots, and maybe they will need those shots to come in. And if you look here at Neymar, Woke, and Scorer, it does look like they're actually going to find themselves in some action. So let's see how they handle this out over here. Neo will be having 5 games. The 2 games are still to be played. We are in the 3rd game as it stands right now. Let's see what the action is going to be seen right there. Waiting for that perfect moment right now to see what happens. Neymar gonna get tagged up from his side. And it does look like they're actually going into a fight with Jamie, Crispy, and Ginger here at Sludgy Swamp. So this is interesting. The first team players, guys, in a sort of mid-game fight. And it's Neymar, Scara, and Woke. And they have to play this slow. And understandably, because they are going up against decent players, Crispy, Jamie, and Ginger. So they can't really go guns blazing in and try to get in the action. And yeah, it hasn't been easy already for Name on them. It does look like they're gonna potentially opt in for the disengagement and make the rotations go further into the zone. So we get to see that right now. So they are disengaging from that fight. But that fight would have been very, very long. A good decision out from that team, Bravo, to now disengage from that situation. For the likes of Havix, the Cov, and Ace, they're just healing up, trying to get their resources back up and their health as well. But the question is, why are they still in zone so far up and playing very slow? But it does look like Critic is going to find himself being knocked. So let's go over to Critic quickly to see what the action is like for them. Does look like they clutch up though. They are chilling on 6 eliminations, so the team is very much active and around the lobby. Amazing stuff coming out from Psycho Critic and underrated players. To pick up this much eliminations is amazing. Top 3 at the moment is gonna be Crispy, Ginger, and then I think it's gonna be NiBBLE. We can have a look when we switch off the pages. So no, it's gonna be Spooky CK, who's gonna be in that position of 3rd. Couple shots being heard left and right. Big rotation into the area of a swamp. So Puds and them could be in some dangerous setting, because if we did remember earlier, Nemo and them were lurking around, and they're actually at Toilet Factory right now, so quite close to Puds taking them. And if you look over at Reapsy, it does look like maybe they are in a potential fight over here. Let's just see exactly what is the play and what is happening around them. But also, they are very close to Name on them, so we could even see a battle, and there's Puds being tagged up for quite significantly a large amount of damage. Reapsy just trying to make sure that everything that is his, if that makes sense. So we go over to other POVs right now, name on them just to see where they position and how things can start to turn out for them. Still very much playing it slow, playing edge of zone, which is a good strategy to get those placement points. But this is something that we don't usually see coming out from Neymar, right? We usually see a more aggressive gameplay. And guys, can I tell you, not a single player has died since second zone has closed. And Hershey only now has managed to get a knock. But nobody has died since second zone has closed. Oh my god, gold spaz out of a chest. Worth it. Oh, there is some players out there from Havoc's and them. And they're gonna find themselves eliminated by one player. Interested to find out who could that be. Ooh, good tags coming out from Havoc's. Havoc's with a huge beam. They heal up. Still a very long way to make the rotation, and they're gonna get tagged up heavily. I don't see them winning this one. Somehow it's gonna be very tough rotation. Let's see what happens though. Just trying to make sure nobody is in their way. Clearing its parts so that they can loot up. But we move from Havoc's over to Neymar to see their rotations and how they're doing. Looks like they're safe. We'll go over to Puds as well. And Puds and them are safe. They use a launch pad to go into the fourth zone, where Storm Surge can happen as well, guys. There's 11 players that need to die in this one, and you see that Storm Surge start to reflect right now. Couple damages onto E-Take, but he's still safe. Still so many players alive, guys. That Storm Surge is gonna activate. If they don't get any tags, E-Tech and them can be in a tough position, because once that activates, they're gonna go below damage, and I can tell you that for sure. Again, we do apologize, guys, for the quality that you guys get out of the calls, but this is literally the best we can do. They did get some tags, so well done to them. And some players are also starting to find themselves eliminated, so that at least for the most time being, they will be able to stay alive. Let's go over to Divs and Card to see what's happening, and we get to see a more better POV for you guys. Nice low launch. Does look like they're trying to go in for height, and they do so indeed. Onto the 50-50 zone. Storm Surge still active with 5 players remaining, and nobody seems to be dying just yet. And that's where things really get interesting, because this is game 5, and you see Ricey and them. I don't think they will be able to survive this. They had Shadow Floppers, they had everything in their name to make the rotations, and now they're trying to get aggressive. It's a good pump from him, but we're gonna find one of the players, Energy or Deimos, being eliminated. There goes Ricey. Ricey gets eliminated to the Surge as well. Deimos is a hairline of HP, walking around like a dead zombie because he's just a tickle away, and he can't really do much because he only has a med kit in the back pocket to sort of help him out with the rotation. So really not what you're expecting out from that team. And thank you, Fortnite, for playing the games with your minds and hearts out. Does look like Swizzy and them are not going to be finding themselves in a good position just yet, as well as Moki. And if we go all the way down to Piv, we get to see even more players out of here. So Piv losing their fourth, and it does look like maybe they also were a little bit affected by Storm Surge. I wouldn't say too much though, but they still need to make a zone rotation into the next part of the zone. So Piv and them very much needing to do that right now. We go over back to Reepsy and them, who are needing a massive game, guys. I'm talking about a win needed out from Reepsy. You know, they made the rotations into the end games as duos for game 1 and 2, and that's not what we want to watch out from, you know, a top team like Reepsy. Hopefully they get to clutch up this game and even get a win. Such active yet again, and if they don't deal damage, guys, I'm afraid they will be in a tough position. They cracked the players though, and now things start to look so much more juicier for them. 213 damage above. I think they're gonna be safe, and it does look like he lands up on height, and he just goes crazy for it. Reepsy trying to go on to the very highest height right now, goes in for the side jump and pump, but it doesn't look like it's gonna connect just yet. And while they're busy cranking up for that height of madness, we actually get to see Neymar, who's playing in to get some tags, and he manages to crack the player, hit for 34, and there's still players in the zone. So any tags out from that zone, it's going to do them decent, and they're going to be on height over here, as now Neymar can focus on that rotation while the team tries to get as much frags as possible, but they're going to get shot down. And unfortunately, that's going to be Neymar's end of run, as the mid-top layers are going to pick up those eliminations. We'll go over to Divs and Card to see exactly what's happening over there for that team. And now has a solo. Card, unfortunately, we won't put any pressure onto that team. We'll let them rotate as a solo into the end games over there. And we'll go focus on Puds, E-Tech, as Ball has their third, to see exactly what's happening, whether or not they can clutch up their games and do really well. And we see what's happening onto Ricey as well. Hopefully a full team going into the end game now are eliminated. I do remember them having Storm Surge, so really not the best of plays that had happened with them. So now Potosh and E-Tech can sort of clutch up just a little bit for them. It's 22 players still remaining, guys. So much placement points that need to be unraveled over here. And we did see Reepsy go in for the crank of their lifetime on height, but I don't think it was the players. Now we do see Reepsy only being taken out right now. Temperat and them making the rotations over here with a slither of HP. It doesn't look like he will be able to make his way into the end game. He's going to need, you know, a couple siphon shots. And even Delex now himself, he's very low on HP as well. So the team really not having the most in the back pocket to help them go into the end games. Delex is going to get eliminated. Tem is literally very low, as we did mention. So really not looking like the brightest for the team. And then if you look on side of the other side of things, you got Potosh and E-Tech, who are really still dominating somehow on the low grounds. They get dropped down to a good level. They need to focus on topping and staying ahead over here so that they don't get focused too much. And a good pump from Potosh, an SMG spread from oppositions, and they pick up 2 eliminations back to back. And that's going to be good onto E-Tech to get those finishes and the siphons, because he was targeted quite a lot. And I hope that they bring those comms in to drop down a level, because it does look like Batosh is in a really good spot, and you can see E-Tech and the team really sit well together, claim as much as they can. A pump from them, but he's gonna miss that pump onto the opposition right now, and he's quite low on HP, trying to focus on that rotation, but unfortunately he cannot, and he's so low, he just needs a second or two to grab some minis, and E-Tech and Batosh can potentially be in a winning position. We don't know how many trios are left, or even if there's full trio teams left in this one. A good pump, 100. He's trying to get his finish. He does so in D, but he needs to get into zone. He does get his finish as well over there, so that's looking really juicy. Very low on HP. He's gonna die to the zone, unfortunately, and it's now all down to E-Tech to sort of control things for them. But a second plate comes into play, and E-Tech and them will be taking that one with a huge congratulations. We'll wait and see exactly who managed to come into first place, but really well played from that team. They really walked into it with a lot of hope, and let's see exactly what will be happening going forward with everything that is yet to come. Guys, don't go anywhere, as we do have game number 4 on the books for you guys, and let's see exactly what that leaderboard is looking like after game number 3.
Shadow of my life was hanging over me. The broken man have a chance to win my soul. What we doing, what we chasing, why the bottom, why the basement? Why we got good shit, don't embrace it. Why the fear for the need to replace me? You're on the wrong right track from the good. I want the pain in the quicksand, it really could react like the heart in the trash where it should. You done gave it away, you had it till you took it back. But I keep walking on, keep rocking dawns, keep walking forward, another call is yours. Keep browsing home, cause I don't wanna live in a broken home, girl, I'm begging.
Begging you, put your loving hand out, baby.
Fighting hard to hold my own, just can't make it all alone. I'm holding on, I can't pull back. I'm just a calm by the fate to black. Begging you, put your loving hand out, baby. Begging you, put your loving hand out, darling. Begging you, put your loving hand out, baby. Begging you, put your loving hand out, darling.
Never stops to play. Dance with me, make me sway. Like a lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze. Bear with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. All the dancers may be on the floor, yeah, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. Where we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violence on the floor. Evidence make me feel like only you know how. Sway me slow, sway me now. Like a flower bending in the breeze. Bear with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. All the dancers may be on the floor, yeah, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. Where we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violence on the floor. Evidence make me feel like only you know how. Sway me slow, sway me now.
Hey guys, and now we are back for game number 4. The competition is alive. We're going into the game with 81 players actually for game number 4. I'm pretty happy with that one. But before we do, guys, let's go jump on board with the leaderboard and we get to see exactly where these guys are sitting and how these players are communicating. So in first place, guys, we're going to have Ginger Crispy Jamie with 95 points. In second is going to be Chimp with 76 points. In third, with a victory royale. Yes, only 28 points, guys, but a victory still really counts for them. They will be sitting with 60 points. And then in fourth, it's going to be Reepsy, Tem, and the Lex with 60. And then in fifth, there's going to be Nightclose, Stale Switch. Now, one of the things may happen, guys. We may get a name of back-to-back win for game 3 and 4. Or we'll get a Reepsy win for game 4 and 5 to try grab first place. There's so much to risk and so much to happen coming out from these players. Let's see whether or not they, really clutch up in those positions. But let's go jump on board with players, Psycho and them. Hey guys, don't forget to screen share. Don't forget to screen share. So let's see exactly what happens right now. The Psycho Critic and them may potentially be in an off-spawn fighting situation here at Castle Split. Let's see what happens over there. Ooh, launch pad straight onto the player. He does put himself in a sticky situation. He goes in with the AR spam, but the aim is not there. He loses one, another goes down, and Psycho and them are gonna be eliminated. Critic and them put themselves in a tough position, and unfortunately, they don't see it through, and they do find themselves getting eliminated. Very GG's in the books of there. Only 4 players have somewhat been eliminated off spawn. So let's see exactly what will be happening. But we can see these players play tough positions for themselves. Neymar, don't forget Neymar. So we go see Neymar as well here at Misty, who is Victory Royale winners for game number 3. I'm happy to see them start to pick up their pace. And remember, they went into endgame as a duo, if I'm not mistaken. Only 3 eliminations though, but that's fine, as we can continue to see them progress. It is a story to tell, on the chapters of Fortnite Zeta history, because this hasn't been something that has happened for a very long time. So let's see whether or not they can continue that consistency going into game 4. So Neymar, Woke, and them really have so much to prove themselves with. Going into game 4, they can make a huge comeback and hopefully claim the tournament in many ways not seen by the public, So hopefully we get to see that coming out. Nobody really taking any fighting positions. We're just hovering around to see exactly what will be happening with these players right now. So it was actually a Psycho and them who came into that position to fight them. So let's see what happens with Ethan going forward. But yeah, it was definitely Psycho and them who fought Ethan retrieve and search in an off-spawn situation. And unfortunately, they lost that by a big mile. You know, they did get team wiped within seconds, and that was a wrongful decision coming out from Psycho and them. Hopefully, they play better towards the next game, which is the official last game, game number 5. They find themselves a launch pad as well, so that's going to be really good for them. Does look like we have Moki, Styles, and Moxu on the edge of rotation, quite close to Exility as well. If you think about it, Neymar in the facilities, but they do look like they're successfully making the rotations around the map, so that's very good for them. And they're able to keep up with the gameplays and so forth to see what will be happening over there. But now down to the very first 69 players. We did see a super stacked endgame last time around, even though there was 69 players going into 5th zone. A player does get revived, so we're now down to 70 players. So that's really good for them as well. So let's see what happens going into, you know, the final zones of game number 4. But these guys that are playing towards the very end would just like to send, you know, you guys a brief thank you to keeping these super stacked and super delicious. Let's see exactly what will be happening with the tournament going forward. We go over to Ricey, Deimos, and Energy, who actually died to Storm Surge in game number 1. So they didn't really have, no, game number 3. So they didn't really have something to pop off from them. Let's see whether or not this time around things can change for them and they actually have a surge route that works out for themselves. Needing to pick up the pace, and they do exactly that. Neymar, Woke, and Scar going in for a full-on fight. He had the edit ready for them. Unfortunately, just didn't get any of the damage in. And this is here at Catty, guys. So let's see exactly what plays out for Neymar. Trying to get into a fighting position. He does see players. He can't get a pump on. And that's a charge rifle. So it deals damage from such a huge distance. Manages to crack. But now he's going to get taken quite a little bit of damage. There's Woke on the other end. He's also now almost cracked fully, and he can't risk this one, but it does knock one player. Tries to get a charge shotgun onto him. They try to shoot him down so that he can break. And there's a good pump, and oh, it is J Flock who's going to get the pump to the face over there. And it's a gold charge for him in this position. And some eliminations. There's still one more player around that they can fiddle with to try get, you know, those 3 eliminations. And already that will be very good for the team. But they're going to focus now on that little bit of rotations that they have. They do shake down, and they can potentially see exactly where the players will be going. They drop and pick up that mythic item over there. So let's see what happens right now. Going forward, there is still one more solo around, but they're going to focus on that rotation. And we get to see them do exactly that. So GG's to name on them, picking up some off-spawn kills. That is definitely going to be helpful And then on top of everything else, you got Reepsy just chilling in the vehicle, listening to some good music. And he's going to now start to focus on that rotation for themselves. So let's see exactly what will be happening. Going over back to Div's card and Davs, who actually started with some huge performance, but somehow is declining towards the end, unfortunately. Ooh, good tags out from Divs and them. Something I definitely did see coming out from Divs throughout the seasons from February is that these guys are massive passive players. So they're massive passive players, and the player is just a single shot. So they never really move too much around the map, and they find themselves a good POI, and that's usually always outside Lazy Legs. Because Lazy Legs is almost center zone, it's almost guaranteed that they get the next zone and continue get the next zones out from there. So let's see what happens with them. If they continue to stay alive, that means some guaranteed placement points. But like I like to mention, in Battle Royale, it doesn't matter with placement, guys. It matters with how much eliminations a team is walking out with. Because realistically, everyone is earning placement points as they stay alive. And that's not really what you want to look at. You know, you want to look at the teams that grab the most eliminations going forward and so forth. So for teams that are just, you know, staying as passive as possible, they lose out on the opportunity to pick up kills. And then when they die sixth with 0 kills, they only just get placement points. And then it's not really what you want going into the games and so forth. So we leave the Devs, go over to Energy, Ricey, and Demos to see what they're doing, how their rotations are looking like. And they're starting to make those rotations right now into the zone. Very much slow rotations. And this is why we sort of see the team in a sticky situation where they're not actually having that surge route, is because they take the time to rotate and sort of rotate with the zone as well. So let's see exactly what happens for them. Game number 4, where things are not looking too sweaty, but the sweatiness is somehow still present. We do only have 61 players alive right now, so this is game number 4. Usually the case is the games are not this is beautifully stacked, and they don't get to this part of point. But Buzzy gets taken down in the kill feed. He's gonna find himself being eliminated over there, and we go over to Neymar to see how things are looking for them. And it does look like they find themselves another opposition that they'd love to have an elimination on, but unfortunately unable to just track that player. He is taking out the outskirts rotations and disengaging from the fight as much as possible. Scara with a red chili pepper is trying to get involved over there as well. They can still very much go into this with a heavy engagement. And it does look like Neymar and them are out for blood. Potential back-to-back wins as well. They use a launch pad from the IO base. And they'll begin to make that rotation right now. Using the air tunnels. Yes, I call them air tunnels. Does look like they're going to be rotating onto the top of the buildings. And they have height as well over here. So this is going to put them into center zone with 58 players remaining. Very decent position that they find themselves in. Let's go over to Reapsy to see how things are looking out for them. Ooh, they had the opportunity to pick up some elims, but unfortunately just unsuccessful with seconds behind. Not able to track down their enemy and pick up those kills. But Puds, E-Tech, and Big Fish, who were actually second in the previous game, dying to name on them, they in this one with some confidence and a huge boost of points last time around. Let's see how they perform this game with all that they have. Good rotations. I say that and he gets tagged up for quite a bit, but he's still safe and in a good position. Here we have Dubs, Card, and Dabs making the rotations finally. Not going to be focusing up on anyone. Here comes a chop from these players, and they can actually push into this fighting position because chaos is definitely happening over there. And we're not sure. Oh, it's onto Neymar on them. So Neymar and them are getting chopped down and into a top position. They have Neymar, who can get the revive over here. Woke, who's quite low on HP as well. But it does look like nobody's really focusing them up right now, and they can get the revive onto Skara. So the hopes and dreams to actually win this one is still there. That was really close coming out from the team. Almost finding themselves getting eliminated, but they somehow still remain alive. $50 players remaining. Storm Surge warning. Nothing to activate it yet, but I feel like a last surge is going to come into play, and that's where things will start to look really juicy. But can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's finally, NiBBLE paying off after all these weeks where we have Game 4 even displaying a little bit of Storm Surge activities around the map, and really these players are showing up up with their competitiveness. Ricey Deimos on the back foot, needing to make a mega rotation, focusing some players Doesn't look like they have a launch pad and oppositions near them. Oh, they do. So they'll be able to rotate easily. Trying to find the best place to land. And it does look like they land quite close to enemy over there. First set of moving zone is alive and ready for these players. Derbs, Card, and Dabs with red chili peppers. They now need to make that rotation, and it does look like they'll be able to do so successfully. They will also use a launch pad. They go up and high into the map, getting tagged up quite a bit as well. Not together. Oh, he edits down into a full trios box. And it doesn't look like he's going to get out of this one. As it was a tough rotation for the team. They find themselves really in a sticky situation where they can't make that rotation any more longer. Deimos and them looking very much healthy on that rotation as well. Let's go jump on board with Ethan, guys, to see how things are playing out for them. A little bit of a storm surge warning and an activation that will come into play. Players are now needing to heal up like Surge as he takes this medkit. They are sitting in zone. Ethan tops ahead just to get a more breathing space for Surge. And it does look like they have enough space and time as the zone moves backwards into the old tops in a way, though, as it moves sort of right and left and not straight. Making the rotations, just following players' tops. Good call from here from Ethan, but there is players in the box and they need to get out of this position as Retrieve has taken the damage. He tries to get a pump, but Ethan is unable to successfully connect. However, now down to 40 HP as he takes a huge hit of his own. Rotating with 30 players still alive in this one. Matt's looking kind of low as he's down to 25 builds. Retrieve is going to be taken out of this one. And now Surge and Ethan will be rotating as duos. But let's go see what's happening, guys, with Dilex to see how the team is. And unfortunately, it does look like they're going to find themselves being eliminated as well as Neymar, guys. So Neymar is out of this one, out of the picture for game number 4. And I was hoping for either Reepsy or Neymar to sort of show a pop-off in any way, form, or matter. And now we got on board, guys, and we do apologize with the quality. But for Tosh, as well as E-Take, going into the end game, it's Big Fish as a solo. And Daz and Card are still getting some eliminations. But for how long, as we do see the entire lobby sort of hog onto them. It's just Card as a solo, but he can't do anything as he gets eliminated over there. And that's just going to be a GG's. We'll go over to Ricey to see how things are cooking up for them. And a victory may just be potentially in favor for Deimos and Energy. Although they lose one player, Ricey, we can't see Deimos and Energy really pop off. And I say that, but now Energy has been knocked and it's all down to Deimos. And he's ticking so quickly, but he gets an elimination in the kill feed. He has some chug splashes as well as floppers to work with to sit in zone, so he will be safe over here. More chuggies as well as even red chili chugs to work with, and he's just sitting in zone, hogging onto all that placement points, and this is definitely gonna be well for him. He tries to get height and unfortunately unable to connect the winning pump, and that would have potentially be a 1v1 situation, and he just wasn't there to get it. Could have even gone down to a heal off if you think about it, but that's just going to be GG's in the books for the teams, and really well done to everyone. But guys, game 5 for the evening is coming out in just a bit. Let's go set that up right now.
But easy come and easy go, never with that. Why anytime I need you, let me go. Anytime I feel you got me low. Anytime I see you, let me know. But I plan that so just let me go. I'm on my knees while I'm begging, 'cause I don't wanna lose. I got my arms so spread and I hope that my heart gets fed. Matter of fact, girl, I'm begging. I need you to understand. Try so hard to be your man, the kind of man you want in the end. Only then can I begin to live again. An empty shell I used to be. Shadow of my life was hanging over me. A broken man, but I don't know. Won't even stand the devil chance to win my soul. What we're chasing, why the bottom, why the basement? Why we got good shit, don't embrace it? Why the fear for the need to replace me? You're on the wrong right track from the good. I want the pain in the quicksand, it really could react like the heart in the trash where it should. You done gave it away, I had it till you took it back. But I keep walking on, keep rocking down, keep walking forward. Another call is yours, keep browsing home. 'Cause I don't wanna live in a broken home, girl, I'm begging. Fighting hard to hold my own. Just can't make it all alone. I'm holding on, I can't fall back. I'm just
she hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze. There with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. All the dancers may be on the floor. Drip on my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. Where is where I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violence on the floor. Millions make me feel like only you know how. Sway me slow, sway me now. Like a flower bending in the breeze. There with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. All the dancers may be on the floor. Drip on my eyes will see only you. Only you have the magic technique. Where is where I go weak. I can hear the sounds of violence on the floor. Millions.
Hey guys, and welcome to the very last moment over here, guys, with game number 5 just about to roll out. Let's see exactly where these players are situated, and we can see exactly Ginger, Crispy, and Jamie are very much consistent, but that top 5 is looking very much interesting. Has Chimp has taken up that second place with 105 points, Spooky, CK, and Les in third, and ooh, I say this tournament is already run off with Ginger, Crispy, and Jamie, as well as Chimp, but Nightglow, Stale, and Swish in 4th place. Bravado with Neymar, Woke, and Scara in 5th place with 68. And then Pun, X Light, XFA, unfortunately dying off quite early. They're going to have 66 points. But that top 3 is still in contestant. You know, anyone can come top 3, but top 2 is going to be interesting talks over there. Ricey and them with the huge pop-off for themselves now jump up all the way to 62 points. Card Lakes, Dibs, Card, and Davs. Consistency somewhat across the board with 51. Zeleny, Jetski, and Genie, 9th place actually. So decent game 3 for them, but game 4 just not really looking too good. And then Ayanda coming up from Dan State and Potash. So let's see what happens with them going forward. So that is the leaderboard over there. I'm pretty sure the games are starting. So we'll see exactly what is happening over there. So we go off sport with Ricey and them just to see the gameplays, and they just haven't started just yet, so we'll wait on board with the team. Remember guys, this is what the top 2 is playing for. It's that total of 2,000 rand. First place grabbing 1,400, second place grabbing 600 rand, and then that is going to be it. And then guys, the schedule is the very last game we have on our hands right here. So yeah, let's see exactly what will be happening with them. But game number 5 is on the way. Demos, Ricey, and Energy is going to be happening right now. So game number 4, the very last one of the evening, guys. Let's see exactly what happens with the gameplay. We go on board with Ethan as well, just to see if that off-spawn situation will be happening. He wants to go back to Ricey, Deimos, and Energy just to see. I think there may be a potential fight happening here at Sludgy Swamp. Now, Ginger, Crispy, and Jamie, if I'm not mistaken, are landing here as well, guys. So this could be an interesting battle that we get to witness. Just looting up, gathering materials so that they can be able to build up, have a good fight. What's nice about Sludgy Swamp is that these barrels exist and you get your full blue shields just off barrels and no need for minis or half pots. That's what's so amazing about the gameplay at Sludgy Swamp. Now, it's not really a favorable spot to go, seeing that it hardly ever gets zone. People don't usually fight this part of zone as well, so Surge is just not going to be present as well over there, so it's not going to be the easiest thing, and hopefully the team gets like a purple pump or no, a blue pump vending machine. Let's see exactly what vending machine we have in spawn over here, but either way, even without a blue vending pump, they have green, and oh, just look at that. It does get the blue vending machine out from them, so really interesting. Ethan and them taking the fight off spawn. It does look like there is one more player that still needs to be fought, that is hiding somewhere. They make the rotation, they find that player, and they get him out. So really good, successful off-spawn fighting here for Ethan. He dances for victory, he gets those eliminations, and is very much happy with that performance out from that one. So now we go over to Potash, E-Tech, and Big Fish to see what's happening with them, how their rotations are playing out. But this is the very last game here, guys. Anything is possible. Let's see exactly what will be happening. Barrels are starting to spawn literally almost everywhere on the map, it seems. If we go over on board with 100 Psycho, I think that was the team to be eliminated by Ethan and them. But no, actually, they are going into a fight here at Goro Castle. Critic already down. Psycho losing a lot of his HP as well. Trying to get some cover. He throws his very last chug in the midst of air and onto nobody. Drops all the way low. He still has a decent amount of mats as well. Tries to crack down. Ooh, but he gets absolutely bodied over there. And that goes into the montage 100%. Now it's all down to Dreamy and Critic to sort of clutch up over here off spawn. Good pump. Oh, he does get one down. There seems to be a third party happening over here. Just want to see if this is maybe not an arena game. Okay, it isn't an arena game. I just had to make sure. So going into very last game, you got Dibs, Dabs, and Cod. Just a little bit of a troll with their llama man. And you can see their outfits pretty much interesting. They get themselves into IO base. They survived the bounty as well. 139. So if they can actually even pick up a vending machine that has a purple pump, I'm pretty sure they can purchase that. Would be interesting to find out. But Rise, Seed, Deimos, and Energy still alive in this one. And 60 players, guys, going into that very last game. So really good to see that's actually happening. Piv, smiling. HBK, taking in the damage. All the way on height. Taking out the battles. Does look like they are going to disengage, which is good. Seeing that they used a lot of their materials and ammo to sort of survive that one. Ooh, nice pump from Ethan. But he's also just traded equal amounts of damage. Trying to get into his own cover. And he does so successfully, but he's getting targeted right now. I think Ethan can hold out his own weight, but not when it's a 2v1 situation. That's a quick. Nice pump. Gets that knock. Chief will be taken down. So they trade for trade. Making sure that all the kills are there. Surge does have a good angle as well. Does look like the player is sitting in the cone, but it's not. They're not going to go in for a direct fight. Surge almost with a good pump. Ethan now needs to cover up, get this fight out and dusted. It is just a single individual. He tries to get a pump on, but it takes so much damage. Now down to 67 HP. And this is what generally happens when fighting in the zone. You start to use a lot of your heals, a lot of everything. And it's just not looking so good. So let's see exactly what will be happening with Ethan. He's using his medkits. He does also have a flopper in case of an emergency. But now that zone starts to shrink, and you start to question, what is the next play? They must disengage from this one. Maybe just grab the card over there and then make the rotation outside. Nice pump. It's down to 47 HP though. That's going to be ticking for quite a lot anytime soon. They only have a minute to get into the next zone, and I don't see it actually happening. They also do have a launch pad, so that's not too bad coming out from them. They can also retrieve's card, so they can try get him back into the game at a later stage. But the zone fighting still continues. Nice. They finally get those eliminations. And a dance indeed happening out from the team. Them, Delex, and Reapsy rotating in the zone. It seems they haven't had zone all 5 games. And the only reason why they did move to Steamy is because that zone was forming around that area. But this time around, all 5 games, they didn't even get gifted a single zone. So it makes them question whether Steamy is worth it. And then you had, you had thingy, the areas being Bony Burbs having the rotation of zones. So, tough decision for them to actually change in this one when things now come to the gameplay. We go see Team Div's card and them. They actually seem to be taking a fight right now. And who will take Llama Skin serious, hey? Let's see what happens. He does find an opponent, and it is a piece control. Will we be able to see the first one of the evening? Unfortunately, he doesn't get the elimination. He's still pushing this opponent over here. He does get that elimination, and it's going to be on to Moth, but it isn't a piece control. The piece control just not here for the evening, guys. And we find them out and dusted. Still finding himself in a fighting position. He's going to heal up, take a couple minis as well as a big pot. Game number 5. Aggressive coming up from Divs, Davs, and Cards. We do see them generally just boxed up. But this time around, they are active. We go see Neymar. See whether or not he is alive in this one. And he is. And he is also close to Davs, Divs, and them. Because that's where they were fighting. He takes a shot at Llama Skin. Unfortunately, nothing's going to connect. They have the opportunity to W key if they want to. Maybe make rotations into the second part. At the same time, really, it's not needed because they can potentially get the 50-50 zone over here. So name on them, very much happy with where they're situated. Reapsy, on the other hand, let's go see exactly what's happening with them. Looks like they're just lurking about, trying to get a prey, a hunt. Getting heavily focused over here. Tem is cracked. He needs the cover. He needs to be held. But he's now down to literally 30 HP. Oh, a server focus indeed happening over here. It's like a storm that's just happened. And the bullets are rain, and a heavy rain indeed. Crazy just what we witnessed over there. Was an endless amount of focus coming onto Reapsy's team. But they somehow still remain alive, and that's good for the most time being. We go over to Puds, or Big Fish. He is as a solo, so we won't put any pressure onto the team. And we'll go over to Divs and Davs to see what's happening with them. Looks like they're safe, about to get into the 50-50 zone. Ricey, who now have made the rotation into a close 50-50 zone as well. Neymar definitely very much active on the leaderboard. 7 eliminations, game number 5. And maybe, you know, for that breakage on that top 3 that we were mentioning, the team can potentially walk away with it. Hopefully we get to see them do exactly that. They're all getting heavily focused over here. Trying to get a different POV in case he can find an edit on this player. Neymar's gonna find himself being knocked. But with such a mega base, I doubt they'll be able to find him. Skara has well knocked, and that's Ricey, Demos, and them. Let's go over to Ricey's POV to see exactly what's happening and how this fight is playing out. They pick up that one elimination, but they don't go and focus on the entire rest of those kills and so forth, which is good for Neymar and Woke because they can still walk out with decent amount of points for themselves. Divs and them somehow find themselves on height. A low launch. Aim to the next zone. Hopefully doesn't get tagged up too much. Finds himself in a good position. Trying to crank up as much as he can. Punishes Ricey with yet again another elimination in the kill feed. So they're looking really well. 13 players remaining. Ooh, and a good response from Card as they get that elimination. Divs still going for the maximum height. He does crack the player. Hits for 33 white. This will be shot down though, so that's going to be very unfortunate for them. And it does look like Reepsy and them are going to also be eliminated out of that one. So we'll go over to Ricey, Deimos, and Energy. And Ricey, Punishes Ricey, may walk out with a last game elimination win. And a good pump from Ricey. He gets the piece control onto Neymar. And Neymar is going to eat the pump of Ricey. And that was a really good play coming out from Ricey, Deimos, and Energy. Woke still alone somewhere around the map, and he's able to get these eliminations somehow. Let's see whether or not he will be able to do so. Fantastic play coming out from Ricey though, and his team, they're looking very strong. They got 6 eliminations already, so even without their win, it's a win in their books because they've how well they've done. Deimos getting eliminated and focused, unfortunately, will find himself dead. He tries to go on height, he gets a good pump. Another crack onto the player. Misses a mega pump. Misses another one. But unfortunately, he's unable to connect those shots and will be taken down. And we're now down to Energy to sort of clutch up in this very last remarks. Trying to clear up their pathways. Does get a knock. Energy with full HP will get eliminated. And a crack down onto the players. And is this Woke with the win? I think it's Woke with the win, chat. Yeah, it is Woke with the win. Woke somehow comes through with the win. And so many eliminations, chat. That is a GG's in the book. So game number 5 will go over to them. We'll give this page a refresh. Wait for some of these guys to submit their scores. And it will let you guys know who has won. So as it stands right now, Ginger and them get 0 points. Game number 5. But I mean, at this point, it means nothing to them because Chimp, unfortunately, didn't clutch up their games and they come in second. And we can look at this leaderboard together, guys. See exactly what happened over here. So 0 points onto Ginger. Chimp in second place with 6 points. Spooky, CK, Les have not submitted just yet. We'll give Bravo some time as well to submit over there. So Bravo comes in top 3. And I say, my books, that's really well done for them. Ricey Energy and Deimos as well. Congratulations to 4th place. In 5th is Pooper Troopers, Buki CK, and Les. In 6th is going to be Divs Card and Davs. In 7th is going to be Nyclo Stale and Swish. In 8th is going to be Reepsy Temp Deluxe. In 9th is going to be Dan State and Potosh. In 10th is going to be Jetski, Zeleny, and Genie. But a huge congratulations, guys, to Ginger, Crispy, and Jamie for winning the official Week 15 finals of NiBBLE. And guys, that is going to be the entire tournament. 5 games done and dusted. Congratulations to the top 10 players, guys. Join us back for Week 16 as we will be making those registrations open very soon. And we can continue the championship series that we have on our hands. It is the NiBBLE FNZA series, guys. And remember, if you did any piece control in Week 15, remember to post it on social media at NiBBLE Esports, at ElitePro_series. Use hashtag NiBBLEXEPS, and you could win yourself 250 Rand. But for guys, we'll be checking out, and we'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.